So the left-handed Bao Chunlai, 3 times World Championship medalist, gets this men's singles final underway against his teammate, 20-year-old Chen Long. Chen Long yesterday in his semi-final against teammate Du Pengyu. An hour and 1 minute for 2 games. It was 26-16, 28-26. And incidentally, the youngster also had a wonderful victory in the second round against the number 12 seed, Mohammed Hafiz Hashim, who of course was the 2003 All-England champion. Beat him in 3 games. And former World Junior champion 2 years ago, Chen Long. This is his first major final in senior badminton. Both men look a little bit nervous to start with. Luck of the net cord for Chen Long. I have to say I'm really looking forward to this final because Bao Chunlai, who has been struggling with his form over the last 8 months or so, does have a reputation in some quarters for not being able to cope with finals. He's been in 19 major international tournament finals. He's only won 4 of them. So there's a question mark as to whether he can cope with the pressure of big tournament finals. All the pressure on him, of course, Bao Chunlai. Up against the youngster, 6 years his junior. Both of these men, former World Junior champions. Bao Chunlai won the World Junior Championship back in 2000 when Lin Dan was expected to win. Wow, this is a very good start for Chen Long. I did wonder whether his semi-final encounter lasting an hour and 1 minute would have take its physical toll on him, but there's no sign of it at the moment. Oh, we've hardly had a rally so far. Oh, that's an amazing angle. Very solid, physically solid player, Chen Long. Not the usual physique for a singles player. Looks more like the physique of a doubles player to me. These two players will train against each other on a regular basis. I know each other's games inside out. No, he's missed it. And Bao Chunlai does look very, very nervous. I was talking about those 19 major tournament finals and only 4 titles from 19. It's isn't a good record. Pushed it wide. Having said that, saw an interview recently with Andy Roddick when he was preparing for the Australian Open, first of Grand Slam events in tennis, and he said, you've got to give Roger Federer a bit more respect, you people in the media. You're talking about him not having a good record last year. He won one Grand Slam title, lost in the final of another and 2 semi-finals, and that deserves respect. And I guess that's exactly the same with Bao Chunlai, because we expect so much from the top Chinese players. They're such wonderful athletes, such wonderful racket skills, that if they're not actually winning titles, we seem disappointed, and that's ridiculous. If a European player had that sort of a record, 90 major tournament finals, would be singing their praises. But it is the youngster who has a 4-point advantage at the mid-game interval in this opening game. And this will be very interesting to me, because back in December 2006, head coach of the Chinese team, former world champion himself, Li Yongbo, made public comment about the fact that this man relies too heavily on coaches and coaches' support and advice. And because we have 2 Chinese players on court, the Chinese coaching staff have just left them to their own devices, and rightly so. So Bao Chunlai, we're going to see whether he's become more independent, whether he's able to cope and make decisions on his own. Missed it. Golden opportunity for Chen Long. Just wide. Bao Chunlai doesn't like the call. Well, awfully difficult for the umpire to overrule when it's the far side from his umpire's chair. Oops, well, we missed that. Umpire can only overrule if he's seen that there's been a clear mistake made in the call. Holder of this Asian badminton title, unable to defend his crown, Park Sun-hwang of Korea, in the middle of doing his military service.